So Lou played the Hawk. His name is Louis Jude too, because Jude is just Judah. And then look, he got his wife named Carla. So let's go into all that. Remember I was talking about that Malcolm Jamal, how he was on that show 911. They had the Carla, the Karen, and all that Karen and hen. You know, because that hen just goes to how Christ, you know, as it's written, he gathered his people up as a hen. You know, as a hen gather up her chickens. So he protects us with his wings. You know, God protects us with his wings. So it goes to all of that. You know what I'm saying? There's no way around none of it. So all that car goes into the word car derives out of kara, which just means the anointed Messiah. Ka means soul, Ra means light. That's what Christ derives from. Christ is the Greek way of saying karas, which just means the anointed one. So that's why you got all them Carlas and all that stuff connected with Malcolm Jamal, you know, what I just showed Lou who played the Hawk, etc. You know, it's all connected. You know, the Hawk had to be green because, you know, Christ died for the whole world's sake. You know, that's why in the pagan Egypt mythologies, they had Osiris, who was all green. And you see how they got that movie Osiris, how the movie Osiris this year that released a couple days ago, the director was William. You got David, you got Lewis's. You see that? You know, and that's why they say they wake up on a spacecraft with no memory of how they arrived, because it all goes to how the Exodus, we're going to lose the ways of Babylon, forgetting the ways of Babylon. You know, in 1 Thessalonians 4:17, as it's written, he going to mount up as a wing with eagles, and we're going to join the Lord in the air. So we're going to join the Lord in the air. You know, the cloud gathering is happening. You know, behold, he come with clouds. As it's written in Hebrews 12. You know, Hebrews 12, we are the gathering, we are the clouds that gather. We are the cloud of witnesses. So they already know that we got to leave through the plains. That's why you're hearing all this plain stuff going on. And that's why the plains is what brought down the Twin Towers, because it's all just symbolic of 9/11, which is all symbolic, you know, of the Masonic pillars falling down once the Exodus happens. You know, it's all connected stuff. That's why 2K25, I'm going to get deeper into it now on a more symbolic level. So that's why on the cover of 2K25, you got Tatum and you got Asia Wilson. Wilson, just the son of God, son of God, the will of I am that I am. So anyway, notice you got the Celtics, the Irish Celtics, and then you got the Aces, which just goes to the altar, the diamond. The Masons want to keep that Illuminati pyramid going, right? And then you got Vince Carter, that he was covered in all that gold because they know that gold is coming back to them altars. They're going to have to restore the altars, and everybody, the saints, going to get their 99.99% gold crowns on their head.